Love them knives here. LTK, Artisan, Ravine. If it ain't bizarre enough, it just keeps getting crazy. Well, brother man, check out the Ravine Artisan Cutlery. No, that's Artisan's logo. That's, oh God, not a swastika. Swastika works all different ways. That's just, if you look at a regular swastika, which actually the Germans stole from what, ancient India culture, which was supposed to be the sign of prosperity or something. So in any case, let's climb all the way off that horse. Artisan, and it's open to its cutaway. It's cut away, and you can open it with your Torx, and that looks like it's screwdriver accessible there. Deep carry pocket clip, but I mean, that's the style of the pocket clip, but I'm not saying it's deep carry because it's not. And you can go right hand or left hand. You got screw holes right there. This is the blue. On the Ravine, this is the blue carbon fiber model, and then you got regular black carbon fiber, then you got G10 models, and you got titanium models. So the titanium ones look like, oh, this is the carbon fiber ones, and they have it in black or blue. And $88 now, they're like, if they're 70, that's all they are on the regular sites. This is Artisan, so they put their SRP, not minimum advertised price. In any case, here's your not quite 3-inch blade length, stone wash, flat grind, D2, 58 to 60. Hell, they left 58 behind a long time ago. The D2 we've tested on these things has been 60 plus. Tanto, overall length under 8 inches, 5 inches. That's a long handle for a short blade. And then 160 grams. And you can get them in titanium, M390, or S35VN, either way, in gray, blue, black, green. There's blue. So as a frame lock, and then you can see the green and the black and the gray, all that kind of stuff. So how cool is that? It's pretty crazy. So I got one. I didn't jump for the most expensive. I got the Linerlock in this blue carbon fiber. I just thought it'd be cool. It wasn't that much more for the blue carbon fiber than it was for the G10, so I said, hell, I'll go for it. Now it's got cutaways all the way through here. You can see the pocket clip on the backside through that cutaway. So obviously, you don't have to look inside to see if they skeletonize the liners. Obviously, it's all the way through. Liner lock, there's your lockup, 35% at least. Ceramic bearings on these knives is what they say, and I'm still at the detent ball. And let's break over that. There we go. It seems like a lot of the Artisan models that I've bought in the past, the detent ball is really late, like right here. And so by the time it clicks over that, the flipper tab is already past your thumb. See, a lot of them you can kind of just break loose, and by that time, you can just drop it. But see, it still hasn't gone over the detent ball. So it's not like it doesn't drop okay. It's just the detent where it hits that is late. And of course, you don't want the flipper tab to pass you by, because the next thing coming on you is the blade. So just be careful of that when you do that. Clicks right in. Detent actually is pretty strong on this one. I don't know if I can gravity flip this one. Let me try away from the camera. Oh, wow. No, just initially no, and I don't want to do my shoulder again, but I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just not convenient for me to do it. So it's not easy to do. Centered up, no lock rock, no blade play. I did not disassemble it. Yes, it has ceramic bearings. Yes, it's not a terribly huge knife. Rex, get in here. Let's put a little orange in the plan. So No, it's not as big as the PM2, and it should look bigger in that aspect ratio than it would in this aspect ratio. You can see, and this is an 8 1/4 overall, but it's not quite 8 inches. And of course, the blade is supposedly not quite 3 inches. And where did I throw my tape? Here it is. I wasn't looking at it. It was looking at me, but I wasn't looking at it. So, you know what? I think that's wrong. I think that right there, well, I mean, depends on where you want to measure from, but where I'm measuring from, I'm getting 3.5 to the back of the choil, so that's kind of understated, isn't it? If you project that line that's maybe 3 1/8 all the way to this top bolster up here, then yeah, okay, but it's not under 3. I was just reading the specs, so don't blast me. Oh, 80, let's just call it 80 millimeters to 85, wherever you want to measure to. I mean, if you're a reviewer and you just lay a pencil down at the base, you're going to say it's about a 3.5 inch blade and about 85 millimeters, but you know, however you want to call it. 8 inches, not quite, just a skosh shy of that, and 20, not quite 20.5 millimeters. What, speaking of millimeters, what do we got for blade stock? 3.4, pretty close. 0.132 inches. And if I can get on this with this, I guess I can. So it's under a 1/2 inch, 0.48, which is 12.2 millimeters. And it doesn't look contoured. It's pretty much flat. So that should be a good reading right there. Turn that sucker off. In any case, there we go. And how much do you think it weighs? Well, let's give it a shot. Let's see what we can do here. Interesting design, though, isn't it? But there's a lot that maybe I'm not all that crazy about. 5.43, 153.9, so about 154 grams. 5.43, fairly heavy for, you know, a 3 1/8 inch blade, 3.5, whatever, but not terribly heavy, especially when you consider how much they cut away of this material. That's amazing. Is it comfortable in the hand? It's reasonable. It's not my Ergo King. This thing, when these knives taper off to a small at the end, it's nah. I mean, one of the most comfortable knives you can hold is, you know, the paramilitary. I mean, they just give you that palm swell and it comes back up, and so it doesn't dwindle down to a point. This is just a lot more comfortable. This is not as much. I'll tell you what, it's better when you can do this and you can go up on that front choil. And so, yes, I like this. This is better. Now, will a knife be a knife? Well, it's D2. We've tested the D2 on these Artisan knives, not this one in particular, but they've all been HRCs of like, if it's 60, it's low, you know? They have been 61, 62, 62.7, 63. Look at my knife testing videos. Batch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I got 7 batches. I got number 8 about ready to go in. So, yeah. And we've done Artisans on several of the batches. It's okay. But look at, I mean, if you're talking about the ratio of blade to handle length, this just looks insane. And I know, like, the Best Tech Hornet, I wasn't all that crazy about either, but the Hornet, what they did is they put a lanyard hole through the end here, so the blade couldn't go any further. But this one, I guess you could double that as a lanyard hole. But see, where's your backspacer? and you still got room. I don't know. It does look odd. It doesn't look symmetrical. It looks like you got a big old long handle and this little stubby blade. Now, I kind of like the design of the blade, and the whole knife looks, I don't know, not futuristic, more prehistoric, to me. I don't mind it. I mean, the fit and finish is okay, and the detent on this one is pretty strong. Click like, almost got a double snap to it, huh? That's wow, that's pretty close to a 6, I'd say. That's a strong detent. Yeah, that's real strong. So pass through, not difficult to get to. Disengage the lock bar, not problem. Late on the detent ball, but that's kind of typical for these. Jimping on the flipper tab kind of laid back a little bit here. I don't know. I think they could have made it not as tall, and they could have put it a little bit more forward. But okay. I mean, it is what it is. There you go. And the way it ends up here does work well as a finger choil here. And then, of course, this go forward position, which also helps with sharpening ease. Shouldn't be a difficult knife to sharpen. There's going to be some people that don't like these cut throughs on the blade, but it doesn't bother me. Most materials I cut will not be, it won't hinder the cutting ability by having that cutaway in there. And it's, it's just stylish and maybe a bit artsy that they did it that way. But yeah, click. It's centered up. There's no blade play. There's no lock rock or anything like that. It's just about, do you like this design? And maybe actually the titanium ones in a frame lock would be more engaging. But I'm a cheapo, so I bought this one. Just wanted to check it out. I thought, I saw the design that looked cleaver-ish and stuff like that, and I just thought, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I do. In any case, it comes in a box, and in the box is, of course, paperwork in the very bottom, but then you get the little velour pouch that it comes in. And it's a very structural box, so actually you could put this in a bubble envelope and ship it, and it won't get crushed, which is very nice. I like that. So, Ravine, let me know what you think. If this is a knife that you really love or hate, bought one, no, on your list, maybe, who knows. Interesting though. It's Artisan, they are not shy about throwing some design craziness out there. I mean, look at the Orthodox. Let me grab a couple others if I got them. Like the Interceptor, right? The Tradition, the other things like that. And of course, the Tomahawk in big and small and all that. So, very unique designs all the way through, and very popular. Many of them are. So they're hitting often enough on the right chords to get people excited. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to get out of here, let you go. You know what we do around here. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.